another real nigga moment. As always, we talk about motivation. Cause I hope to motivate and inspire everybody. For the fellas, man, some of y'all women too. We're gonna talk about motion and motivation. You should let other people's motion motivate you. But if you hang around people with motion too long without having none yourself, you gotta realize they can turn you into a hater. Life experience, man. Let me give y'all an example. When I came home from prison almost 20 years ago, I was introduced to no less than 3 kingpins. I'm talking about people that had ran through money and birds and made millions in the streets. One, I ran into and he was in trouble with the feds already. You know, he had an ankle monitor on, but we became cool real fast. And I would come pick dude up when he was on the weekend. He was able to leave the house. He was staying with some of my people. But on the weekend, I would be the one to come get him and drive him around, take him to go see his baby mamas and pick up money. And a couple times he pulled up on some niggas to check them and you know, things of the sort. But he was letting me in on how he was moving. I had heard everything that he had did. It was kind of blowing my mind. I'm like, damn, for real? I'm hopping on airplanes and you spending money like this and you giving work away and you giving money away and all this and that. And then I catch you at the tail end, but it was still a good experience. Another kingpin I had ran into was just on the humbug. I was in the area he was in, and a couple of the people that I was hanging around was clientele. Smaller level, you know what I'm saying, people up under him. And when I came around and I met him, it was an instant hit off, like with the other guy. And all within a couple days times, me meeting this dude, I was elevated above the guys that I was hanging around. He liked me more than he liked them. We had more intelligent conversations than they did. I didn't have my hands out. Even though I was broke as hell, I didn't have my hands out. It was just a conversation for me. I was picking his brain, he was picking mine. I remember one day, and I was working a regular job, but I was sitting on the porch with this guy, man. He had one of them big 44-ounce cups. And he come outside with syrup in a 3-liter bottle. He poured me up a big ass cup, poured him up a big ass cup. Niggas see us outside on the porch, we sipping. The shit was good to me. I'm kind of gulping this shit because this is my first time drinking this drink. He tell me like, "Fia, man, you gotta slow down, bro. You gotta sip this shit, slow down." But people was coming from the gambling house across the street and the workhouse next door. Let me rearrange it. The workhouse was across the street and the gambling house was next door. But people was coming, they were like, "Hey man, let me drink with you, man. Let me get one of them cups, man." And he was steady cussing niggas out. Tell me, you gonna get your begging ass off my goddamn porch out my yard, man. I thought you came over here to goddamn me get some money, make some money. He like, man, yeah, man, as soon as a nigga see me break out one of these bottles, man, they all want to drink for free. Nigga don't want to come over here like, nigga, that's a $500 cup you drinking on. They think they supposed to get it for free. And I'm looking at him like, $500, what the hell I got it for? But later on, I found out I got it because I was a real nigga, and it wasn't because I was asking for it. It's because goddamn me, a nigga just wanted to sit and drink with a real nigga and talk to me. Number 3, I met a guy. At the time I met him, he had birds, hounds, all that. And I met him through some of these same people. But we linked up, and it had nothing to do with nothing else other than the fact that we had both done time, so we used to chop it up and we was comfortable around each other because we understood how the game go. A lot of these dudes had never been through nothing, so people didn't really, they didn't get to fit in the way I fit in. I knew the rules to the game. I had been proven to be solid. A lot of things I did before this, I didn't realize how impressive it was to other people. To me, I was just doing what I was always raised and told to do throughout the music I had listened to. That was another reason why I said the music today ain't worth shit. Because these dudes don't know, they not teaching you nothing. These niggas ain't solid. But that's another topic for another day. These guys that I was meeting was seeing it was real, recognized real. And they was basically letting me know, hey man, you hanging around them, you need to be hanging around us. You need to be up here. You one of them type of dudes, you need to be up here having some shit going on for yourself. These niggas is peons, bro. But I'm like, man, these was my niggas that I knew before I even got locked up. One reason why I don't really hang around a lot on today is because they peons, man. I had to grow and realize that these dudes ain't about nothing. They not trying to have nothing. Whether it's legal, illegal, whatever it is, they just gonna sit on their ass and wait on somebody to hand them something. And I can't have you around me, bro. I got to go get my own. I got to be respected out here. Got to handle my business. And handling my business ain't the same thing as standing on business. Standing on business is doing what people expect you to do in a certain situation. And handling your business is whatever situation come up, you do what you gotta do to come out victorious in that situation, to come out successful in that situation. You handle your business, you don't let your business handle you. But this third dude, man, we got real close like brothers. We still cool as fuck right now to this day. But he was having motion. And even with these other dudes, I got to see them having motion from the outside. We chopped it up. I didn't get involved in what they had going on. I didn't really get involved in what he had going on, but it got to a point where it was like he leaned on me to be his right-hand man. I always be around him. You know what I'm saying? Certain situations go down, you want to know somebody got your back. I was that nigga. You know I'm solid. You know I'm going to handle the business. You know when something pop off, I'm going to ride, whatever it is. And he was kind of taking care of a nigga in certain situations because it's like, hell, you out here making all the money, but we working together. So, yo, when it's time to eat, you paying for the food. When it's time to do whatever we're going to do, you paying for it because you making all the money. But I got to a point where I was like, man, I wasn't comfortable sitting around watching him make all this money, so I kind of fell back. My thing was, I wanted to make my own money. I didn't want to depend on no nigga. Whether we was cool or not, I don't want to depend on no nigga to make my money. And I know that if I hang around you watching you make money for too long, that's when I'm gonna start asking myself why it ain't me. Why he gotta be the lucky? Why this? Why that? You don't do that. That man motion is that man motion. You never equate another man motion to some luck, because this man out here hustling and grinding, networking, and he built whatever he built, and he built that by himself. When he bring you in and you get to see it, you use that as motivation to go get your own shit. By whatever means you gotta go get your own shit. I don't look at the money in your pocket. I look at the shit you being able to do with that money. You taking care of your kids, you taking care of your family, you paying your bills, you handling business, you respect it. That's what I want out of the situation. I'm not gonna count your pockets and look at the money you making, because I don't want your money. But I'm gonna use that as motivation to go get my own. So you got to look at situations like that, man. You let that motion be your motivation. But you don't hang around long enough to start hating. And that's how niggas is. When you ain't got shit, you'll start hating. Don't do that. They go with anything else in life, you know what I'm saying? You look at certain situations and you let it motivate you. Motivation is the biggest factor in your life. It's gonna get you where you wanna go. You have to learn how to let everything around you be motivation. Good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, the first part of my life, a lot of years spent on Butler Road. Not in Butler Projects, not Butler Apartments. I stayed in a house. But if you cross the street and go 2 houses down, there go the projects. I stayed in a 3-bedroom brick house. Had my own room. My sister had her own room. We both had black and white TVs in there. A lot of people I knew didn't have it. A lot of my homeboys was in the room, 2 or 3 brothers, a sister, something, all in their 1 bedroom. I look back at that and I let it all motivate me. I look at that house that my mom and my stepdad worked for, and I'm like, yup, I'm never gonna stay in the projects. Because no matter how close we was to the motherfucking projects, my mama never let us slip to where we was in there. We was never on food stamps. We never had none of that shit. Not saying I ain't getting my hand on some food stamps and twerk them and spend them and do what I had to do. Back when they were food coupons. But I never seen none come through my mailbox. My mama never got none. She never got a check from the government. So I use all that as motivation. I look at the people in the projects, and even though they was my friends, I remember how their mama and daddy was living. I remember how they was growing up. I don't want that for myself or my future seeds. I look at the roof my mama always kept over my head, and I say, you know what? It's either gonna be this or it's gonna be better. Because that was my example. It was a couple times we stayed in apartments in Southwest. We stayed in Brentwood that turned into Quail Valley and shit. Hell, we stayed in Fair Oaks before that. But I never go back. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep me some motion. I'm gonna keep me some money coming in. It just is what it is, man. I learned how to use things around me as motivation. Even my homeboys is on some mediocre shit or some doing bad shit. That's motivation. Cause my nigga, we all grew up together. A lot of y'all had better opportunities than me. Y'all had y'all mama and y'all daddy. I had a mama and a stepdaddy, and my stepdaddy to me really wasn't shit as a man. The nigga had a job or whatnot. He kept a job, but as a man, there's a lot of things that he fell short in that I learned from. Exactly, motivation. I'm not gonna be like that. I had examples of niggas just not the type of nigga I want to be. The only thing about the man I will say that he did righteously was keep a job and pay the bill. But I just want y'all, man, to step the game up. If you got to fall back from a nigga, man, to get your own shit together, then that's what you need to do. But you only got one life, man, and you only gonna get out of life what you put into it. It took me a long time to realize that, and that's why I be so motivated to tell y'all, because I want people to get to where I'm at without having to go through what I went through. Why? Because I ain't no hater. I realize, man, the more people around me that's doing good, the better I'm gonna do. And when I say around me, I ain't just to my friends and family. I'm talking about everybody in my neighborhood, everybody in my city, everybody in my state. You know what I'm saying? The better y'all do, the better I'm gonna do. The better we all gonna be. I ain't with that hating shit. I am not with that hating shit. You know what I'm saying? It's room for everybody to come up. Room for everybody to elevate, to do good. You know what I'm saying? What I want to come up for and snatch a Bentley, and then everybody in my neighborhood is riding Hondas and shit, hating on me, ready to damage my car and fuck my shit up or steal my shit and rob me. No. If we all doing good, ain't no need for nobody to be hating on the next person. We gonna all do good, and then we gonna eventually all do better. So, man, look, learn how to look at everything around you and turn it into motivation. Look at the people that's doing bad and let that motivate you to, hey, I'm not gonna be there right there. Look at the people that's doing good and look at them and say, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. And then go do it. That's another thing, you know, motivation ain't just about wanting to do something. Motivation is about doing it, because we all got the power. We all got the potential to do good. It's, sometimes we just need that motivation to get off our ass and make shit happen. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Just for once today, look around you, man, and let things motivate you. I'm gonna tell you one more thing. Like, as far as money, man, I looked around a long time ago and I said, damn, everything I see that made somebody a millionaire. I don't give a damn where you at right now. Just stop and look around. If you in your kitchen, look at the coffee pot. Somebody made $1 million or more behind that coffee pot. Look at the handle on the refrigerator. Somebody became a millionaire behind that. The little thing to keep the chair stable on the bottom of the chair you sitting in, somebody made $1 million off of that, man. Everything around you got somebody rich, you got somebody took care of. Every piece of pants you put on, every shirt got somebody's name up who family doing good behind that.